really well. As there's a foul now on Los Alamitos. So it will be Bosco ball right inside midfield. As it was a bouncing ball into the net for Los Alamitos. They tie this game up 1-1. And I think it's the 6th minute as well for that goal. So a long service now off the free kick from Rodriguez, and that sails out of bounds. It'll be a Griffins goal kick on the quick restart now. Lazar trying to find his teammate. Rodriguez steps into that area and serves it to Nold. Nold now, who's a player that I can say so with confidence that he's a very strong player on the ball, and he kind of got shoved off of that last possession. The referee with another foul call here. So the second foul on Bosco. Just 1-2 Los Alamitos. So 1-1 your score after the 6-minute goal by Los Alamitos. A deflected design play off a long throw-in by the Griffins. Both goals produced off of long throw-ins, which is kind of odd. Typically, maybe it would be 2 design plays off of corner kicks, but these are 2 long throw-ins that were served into the box and produced goals for each team. And the Griffins now on a outside shot attempt at about the 23 yards out from goal. No good. Herring trying to serve that ball back in. Martinez and the Bosco Braves trying to regain possession here and produce another goal. Sarmiento now on the playback to Martinez. Martinez kind of leads him too much, and it is cleared out of harm's way for the Griffins. And it sails out of bounds for a Bosco throw-in. This is Anthony Mejia, the junior defender for the Griffins, calmly plays that out of bounds. Bosco now on the restart, and Martinez trying to get that touch to his teammate Rodriguez. Does so. Little 1-2 with Macias. Plays it nicely back to Rodriguez, looking for Sarmiento. Looks for the deflection, and off of Macias, and rolls out of bounds for a goal kick. So 1-1 now your score. In each half at the 6-minute mark, there was a goal produced. And not only that, they were each off of long throw-ins inside the 18-yard box, and the last one produced by the Los Alamitos Griffins. 1-1, we're all tied up here from Frank Rabota Field. Thank you for joining us on Spreaker.com's National Sports Radio. Can you also check out the live stream for this game, livestream.com. Just search Bosco Soccer, and you can get the video feed as well. Rodriguez putting on the pressure for Bosco, trying to force them to turn the ball over. And the Griffins look a lot better in this second half as Bosco trying to regain possession here. The Griffins in their attacking third. And Rodriguez now with the ball calmly plays it out wide to Macias, looking for some help and kind of slows down the pace. Decides to go one-on-one, looking to switch the ball, and he does. So he finds Nold on the far side of the field, finds its way to Sarmiento inside the box, lays it off to Olmos, and a service to the far side of the box, and that is no good. That'll roll out of bounds for a Griffins throw-in. It was 1-1. We're all knotted up here in the second half. We're in the 10th minute of play. As in the 6th minute, it was one of the Griffins that got on board to tie this game up. Very close to offsides, and the flag stays down. Koba comes down and calmly plays it out outside of the 18-yard box. Nice play there by the sophomore keeper, Rodrigo Koba. As the pressure was being put on there by Charlie Ross and Kevin Herring of the Griffins. As Nold now on the bad touch, and he turns the ball over. As Orihuela is kind of pushed off that ball, and the referee still letting him play here for the most part. Only has called 3 fouls in the entire game. We are in the second half already. So he's letting them play. Macias now on the near side of the field, has plenty of room to work with. Decides to dance along that sideline, trying to beat his defender, and does. Goes inside the box and finally deflected out of harm's way. And a bouncing ball now right at midfield. That is Nold. Martinez earns that ball back for the Braves, and a foul call by Nold, who was pretty much in there for a 50-50 ball, and the referee didn't like what he did to win that ball, so it is a Griffin free kick. They're still in their own half. That just being the third foul on your Braves. Proust now serves it over to Martinez, and Martinez back to Rodriguez. No pressure at midfield for the most part tonight from the Griffins, and Macias kind of lets one get away from him with a lazy touch back, and that goes out of bounds. It'll be Griffins throw-in. And we're all tied up 1-1 here from Frank Rabota Field. We are in the second half, live here on Spreaker.com's National Sports Radio. Thank you for joining us, and a Happy New Year to all you fans out there. Hope you had a great holiday season. And what better way to kick off 2015 with some St. John Bosco Braves soccer, as there's a tussle right at midfield and a foul on Los Alamitos. It will be Bosco ball, and a quick restart there by Rodriguez. Finds Martinez. Martinez now to Torres. Splits two defenders. Ultimately loses that ball. Nice tackle there by Martinez. Wins the ball back. Macias now on the near side of the field. Finds Martinez with a 1-2 combination, but looks like Macias is kind of slipping all over the field here on the near side, as it was a very wet field early on this afternoon. And this field kind of has an arc that goes across the middle, so it does, the water and moisture does sail out to the sidelines, so that might be a reason why some of the players here are kind of slipping. As Sarmiento now, nice service into the offensive third, but he has 4 defenders on him, and he loses that battle. As Nold now on the touch, and he has a shot way outside of the area, and that rolls out of bounds for a goal kick. It's about 35 yards out, was Nold. So Los Alamitos now trying to tack on another goal as they tied it up here in the 6th minute, as Orihuela with a pass back to Koba, and that was almost a dangerous play. Ball now at midfield. And another foul call on Noel. But he's, like I mentioned just a few minutes ago, he's a very strong player on the ball, and when he wants to win a ball, he's going to go full force. And right now I've seen it all legal, just shoulder to shoulder. But the referee maybe just calling because the other defender is just not as strong as Alex Nold. The junior center mid who's playing center mid tonight. There's a 4-5-1 formation. If you don't know what that means, that is 4 on the back line, 5 playing midfield, and 1 striker up top. Tonight, that is Sarmiento. After a long throw-in, the ball finds its way to Koba, and that's gobbled up. But the let loose on this one has a go. Crosses midfield. And the ball served back. And offsides, the first offsides call of the game, that was Charlie Ross, the intended forward who was trying to break loose on that back line. And it will be a free kick for the Braves. Restart now with Torres on the near side of the field. Rodriguez kind of strong-armed off the ball there as Julian Guerrero defended him nicely. As almost now on the far side of the field. That doesn't really have a play and just plays it on out of bounds for a Griffin throw-in. All tied up here, 1-1 in the 6th minute of the second half. It was a Griffin's goal. We're now in the 15th minute. That goal produced off a long throw-in and deflection as Los Alamitos earns a corner kick here in the 15th minute of play. Just their second corner of the night. It was kind of crazy. I mentioned, fans, that both goals produced off of long throw-ins inside the box. Sarmiento, the beneficiary of the first goal of the game and the goal for your Braves. And then the Griffins tied it up in the 6th minute of the second half off a long throw-in as well. So 1-1 is the score that we stand at, all tied up here. Previous match just a few weeks ago, as there's another offsides call on Herring. Been a very active forward there for the Griffins, but just a few weeks ago, the matchup was against the Griffins as well. And Bosco on top of that game. They ultimately won the game 3-0. So a strong performance there by your Bosco Braves as the ball over the top of the midfield and maintaining possession now is Macias trying to play a ball to Martinez and not the ball that he was looking for, but Macias hard at work and earns the ball back, but also turns the ball over. Torres now defending wisely and Los Alamitos earning that ball back. That is offsides, and there they go. Both of the forwards were offsides as Herring and Charlie Ross jumped way too early on that back four. And Herring and Ross trying to figure out who committed the offsides call. It doesn't matter who did. It's a free kick for the Braves. As we're all tied up here, 1-1 here in the second half. In the 17th minute of play here, after Sarmiento, and then one of the Griffins tied it up off a long throw-in as well. On the restart now, and a long throw-in for Los Alamitos. As that is Julian Guerrero on the far side of the field, working with Herring in the attacking third now for Los Alamitos. Deflected out nicely by Proust, who's back into the game. Came out early on in the first half, looked somewhat injured, maybe just a Charlie horse, and he's back into the game. Actually also started the second half. Did start the game as well. Is on the near side of the field. Ross loses the ball and out of bounds for a Bosco throw-in. As we're looking for some substitutions now as Gill will hop back into the game. Proust out and Martinez out. Gill and Frasca into the game. Marcelo Frasca, who's going to be playing up top. As Sarmiento will dip down back, I'm assuming, to play the holding mid for Bosco. As Frasca, big frame for Bosco to work with. As the ball now at midfield between the Griffins and the Braves. Trying to tussle for possession here. As right now the Griffins earning possession, looking to the far side of the field. That is Herring. Trying to go one-on-one with Olmos. Decides to play it back to maintain possession here for the Griffins. All knotted up at one apiece. Each goal coming off a long throw-in plays. Sarmiento, your goal scorer for the Braves. Now a ball service over the top from Macias. That finds its way all the way to the goalie right at the edge of the 18-yard box. Alec Lazar, the junior goalkeeper for the Griffins. As Marcelo Frasca, the senior, was putting pressure on after a service from Macias. Nold now trying to win the ball back. And a ball served into the box and kind of falling back was a new substitute, Frasca, and didn't really get all of that service. Sarmiento now strong on the ball, plays it back to Rodriguez. Rodriguez finds a switch ball to Gill, the new substitute for head coach Dave Sabat and the Braves. Works its way all to the far side of the field to Olmos, and he plays the ball right to the Griffins. As we're all tied up here, one apiece, both scoring in the 6th minute of each half. And not only that, scoring off of long throw-in plays. Sarmiento, the beneficiary for the first goal of the game, and your Braves goal scorer, as there's a foul call on Bosco. Just their 4th foul of the game. The referee so far really letting them play here tonight. The first ever Saturday night under the lights soccer match for the boys varsity team here at St. John Bosco. So thank you for joining us on Spreaker.com's National Sports Radio. So we'll bring you all the action all season long here for your St. John Bosco Braves as they gear up for the very tough and competitive Trinity League that starts next week. As Macias now decides to have a go well outside the box, an easy save for Lazar. Just their 5th shot of the game for Bosco. As Los Alamitos with just 4 on the night. one of which